winter, it seems, has finally arrived here. Actually, a little bit on the early side to have this much snow, but nonetheless, it's here. It's a change, and that's going to change a few things. That means I'm going to have to start focusing inside the house rather than outside. I've got one more small job that I have to do out here, which is to make a cover for the generator that the shop runs on. And once that's done, then I will be pretty much focused strictly indoors until the spring. And it's also going to be a couple of other changes that have to take place. Since I retired, I have spent so much time focusing on getting this shop ready and getting the house ready on the outside for winter and doing a number of small repairs that I have let a few things slide. And one of those has been my own conditioning. So the presence of winter signifies time to get myself back into shape as well, which means I've got to start spending regular amounts of time on my bike in the basement using a program called Zwift, which you'll see. It's really quite amazing. But it allows me to cycle through the winter and keep up a halfway reasonable condition. And for an old fat guy, that's kind of necessary. So let's get on with this last job. We'll head into the shop and see if we can't get this cover knocked out for the generator. And then it will be safe to leave out in the snow and everything else, and I can come out and easily start it up and run the shop whenever I need it for short periods of time through the winter. All right, let's get going. Well, there it is in place, all set to go. You can see the plug-ins there on the generator on the inside, which works very nicely. So let's have a look inside here with the generator in it. Alright, there's the generator, as you can see, sitting there in its little trailer, so I can wheel it around to different places on the property whenever I need it. The cover seemed a little bit unstable when I tilted it up, so I've added these big steel angle brackets in both corners, and that makes it much more rigid. Lots of ventilation in it. That seems to work quite nicely. Although I'm not sure about the generator. I had some issues with it yesterday. It's 23 years old and it's starting to balk a little bit. And if I have to replace it, I'll upgrade, get something a little more powerful. Alright, let's start it up and see how it goes. Well, there we go. All right. Thanks for watching.